All right, YouTube, what is up? You're back for round 9 of Eternal Weekend Karakas. We are 5-3, unfortunately. So dead for top six, top 32, I believe. Maybe we get there, probably not though. But we're playing it out anyways for top 64 and some fun and good legacy content. We won the die roll again because we are very lucky at doing that. And unknown opponent. We were on the play with Sylvan Library, and Swords is kind of awkward, but I'm going to keep this hand. Because if it is a fair matchup, we are leaning heavily into the more powerful aspect of our threat base. And then able to kind of just like get ahead on cards with Sylvan Library. I would really love to be playing against Delver. I feel my most comfortable when playing against Delver. Tydra does not necessarily. Sorry for the yawn. It's almost midnight for me. So this event has been going pretty long. All right, Conjure Up Brainstorm. That's a very interesting play. Where are we even at standing? Oof. We're probably dead. We're very low in the X3s. If fetch land's good there, it definitely will give us. It'll give us access to either Uro or Oko next turn. And then, for the case of Oko, putting a card in the graveyard. Would not be upset if this got Force of Will, assuming that our opponent's playing a fair deck, because then we will take the 2-for-1 in our favor as we kind of start to snowball our threats, kind of curve out on them. Place there. But it matters a lot. Um, they're thinking really hard on this one. Force Negation, pitch, True Name Nemesis. They're certainly playing a fair deck. It's playing like Bant Delver, Jeskai Delver. I feel like played against more True Name Nemesis tonight than I expected to. Just because, again, the power of Uro in the format. At least they have the good brainstorm art. So, just like blue-white Stoneblade. I'm gonna fetch Tundra just so I can turn these. Your name does not line up very well versus Oko or Uro. So that's why we see a huge downtick in True Name Nemesis in the format as the like over the top haymaker of paired blue decks that we've seen in the past. okay with them forcing that. Again, the extra 2 for 1, and they're really not getting their card advantage with brains like these brainstorms. All they've done is kind of like, I don't even know what the point of the first one was. Like, I would have rather like held this and then pitched that, pitched the brainstorm to the force negation. I'm like really curious what's going on in our opponent's hand that they would make go like turn 1 main phase brainstorm. The very uncommon play pattern in Legacy. So another true name. All right. I'll fetch a forest here, and that so I have escape mana online. I'm trying to entice them to kind of start chipping at the Oko by making a food. Honestly, that could be entirely wrong, and I'm just like tired and making that judgment call. I accept that outcome. But also like as far as like them trying to race me, every attack like it's just like almost not worth attacking or Oko because it's only -1 loyalty every attack if I just keep making food, and then once they answer the Oko, every food is another true name attack. This gives me a lot of time to also to draw out to Dead of Winter to answer. So like we can answer it in the main deck. And then we have Plague Engineers post board to help. Preordain top bottom with the Preordain, and then Striking Flooded Strand. Another true name. Oh, this is just fetch to fetch. So this will go down to 5. I'll make an out. Now I'll make an elk up to 6. Now that like I wanted to not entice the true name to be staying back on defense. Very time route. A brainstorm here. Up. So I'm gonna force will this to fairy very. Oh, Damn it. Damn it. I misclicked. I was too busy looking at that. I was distracted. God damn it. It's okay. They can't actually bounce the. They can't do anything that. Effective with the. Very. Right now, anyways. I don't think they're going to leave True Name on defense. I don't know how they're playing it, but I could definitely see them attacking the Oko again. But every attack is just not. So they'll attack it to 3. I'll plus it to 4. I'll attack it to 1. Then I'll plus it to 3, and then just it doesn't it. You don't make as much headway as you. Um. So I'm gonna Uro here and just kind of start trying to churn through the deck a little bit. Do another force negation, which is fine. Like that'll give us force plus 2 force plus blue card if we should need it. Holding on to these sword plowshares for Stoneforge Mystic. Are they thinking about Karakasing this? Don't Karakas that. Although I would very much like you to. Not in your best interest, opponent. So we got pretty good setup right now. Again, like even if they answer this Oko, they're already like it's the damage is done. The Jace, Sword of Fire and Ice. Please get out. They can. I did not think that. Wait, fine. I can. If I hit a land drop, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I was doing this to like try to have like an extra 3/3 in play. Yeah. Okay, we hit a fetch land. It's fine. No punishment here. There is no punishment in this dojo. There is no fear in this dojo. So gonna escape Uro. They can Karakas it if they would like. Again, these are things that they are doing that don't progress the game plan while their game while they're behind on board. Like if this is just like eat a mana of yours every turn, I'm okay with that. And opponent now realizes how like screwed they are. So we get some great cards in this matchup. We get Veil, Plague Engineer. Feeling there's Snapcaster Mages involved and Surgical, so I'm kind of just gonna board those in. Force negations, 2 force of wills, Swords Plowshares, 2 Dead of Winter. I'll board out an Ice Fang. It's kind of medium in this matchup. I'm on the draw. I could board out a Link. I don't hate that. Most of these like going down to 20 mana sources is fine on the draw anyway. And cut a land for a carpet. I feel better about that. You know, the age-old strategy of good cards in, bad cards out. Not always so black and white. I will this hand reluctant to pitch Uro to this Force Will, but the Force Will is kind of there to be an emergency button. Under. I don't think I'm going to play the carpet this turn. Just again, get my opponent to play into it more. Not that they have a lot of options in the matter, but let them kind of like unwillingly walk into the trap of Carpet of Flowers. Brainstorm here. Like now I can throw if I want to. So I won't. I will play Carpet and play Sylvan Library. The time eating enchantments. But we are up on clock about 5 minutes and up a game, so they care about this carpet. And I kind of actually really would like the carpet in play. Just think that right over Flusterstorm. Jesus. Opponent's taking a deck list right out of 2017 and added Prismatic Vista to it, and Prismatic Vista and Teferi Time Ravelers to it. Actually, I played this in like, no, I played this like beginning 2019. I'll give them a little more credit than that. So we made them care a lot more about that carpet than, but obviously, like them being on Island Tundra, it's gonna have a huge impact on the game. Her name? Barry? The fairy, they're interesting to fight over carpet so much. It's like the 2 mana itself would be a lot to try to overcome. Now I guess see if they plus or just down tick and get their card out of it. Plus, okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and replicate that now. So they don't get their card. And fortunately, like we don't have Volk up, so we can't Pyroblast anything. Like a True Name Nemesis that might come down, but play again. Like we just need we can kind of break serve with the Uro as far as like keeping our life total stable, and then hopefully no more than a couple turns of Sylvan Library to find a Plague Engineer to answer the true name. Why are they thinking so hard about Abrupt Decay? It's very possible our opponent is newer to the format because of the God accounts, so I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. For the record, I love the deck. I wish Blue White Stoneblade was still playable. It's one of my favorite decks. Historical legacy from the was it 7 years, 8 years I played the format now. Whenever Shardless Bug was the best, like just was the new kid on the block was when I got into the format, and I've been in love with it ever since. Stoneforge Mist. I wish I had the Abrupt Decay. Pyroblast. Fine. Trigger resolves. Get your Batterskull. When was that was cheat? Okay, that's. So they just wanted to get something they could cast now. In case the Stoneforge died. Sure. Not the card I was looking for, but okay, deck. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. All that you have to offer. So they're gonna get the Jitte hit in. Fine. So here I can go Tropical Wander. I'm hoping to find a answer to the Stoneforge Jitte or a fetch land so I can hold up a red blast. Got neither of those. Plague Engineer is also not really what for at this point because the Jitte, I guess, like, and this is another reason why Quaddle's a little awkward if since they left Jitte in. Behind the clock. Got 9 minutes. They are playing on breeze. Like getting sort. Batter skull. I'm curious on the timing of these. Oh, I can't even. I was under the impression like I could still burrow. I was missing. Oh, it's fine. So I could have gotten Volk. I was still a mana off. I didn't need that Astrolabe. Shit. It is so late that I'm kind of starting to play like poo. Okay, they're gonna use the Jitte counters to take care of the Plague Engineer. I don't have Dead of Winter deck anymore, so like it's gonna be hard. I can't clear these. And like these kind of don't for the equipment. So 12. There's no way the sword's actually in their hand. They would have played and equipped. Batter Skull, sure. So curious on the timing of this. Like Island. Ponder. I suppose I could have brainstormed. I have not. No, I did play a land turn. I played the forest. So I would not be able to shuffle this turn. They can attack for 8. They can do 5. This is 11 if they. means like more draws to an. Now, if the follow-up of True Name Nemesis, then I'm in some. So here I go to 1, and then I can Brainstorm Astrolabe I put on top. I'll see those next turn. I have Pyroblast for like any shenanigans that can happen with a Snapcaster Mage. A little like, does that just right? That's just a little from my lighting to the microphone frame. Like, what's going on over there? So they've got 6 mana now, and they'll put me to 1. I'll make a food. Pretty sure we're stabilized at this point. Red Blast, their True Name Nemesis. Escape Arrow. We're gonna draw the Karakas. Another Plow. Sure. That's fine. That's just. Now we're at 10. We have stabilized board, and then we're gonna play Felidar Retreat next. Opponent also has to win this entire match in 4 minutes. So, you know, they're asking for a lot right now. But they're just along for the ride. And now they're going after the Oko. Blast that. They have no cards in hand, so I don't need to worry about Fluster. Yeah. Again, like once I said like once we answer the equipments, the game is a lot easier. Like these Stoneforge Mystics don't matter anymore. Like it's very difficult for a card like Stoneforge Mystic to keep up with the 2019 broken cards. And like that's evident in every other format. Like when Stoneforge Mystic came unbanned, it was at a brief time where it was playable, and now it. So we're gonna cast Felidar Retreat. We're gonna play this Polluted Delta. Got 2 islands left in our deck to fetch. So we running out of things to fetch. And I'm noticing that's kind of become the pattern with this card is you run out of fetchables quite a bit. Like this is not a turn 10 card. It's a turn 5 or 6 card. And we're waiting for opponent with no cards in hand to respond to the triggers that we have put on the stack. Ponder here, see what's need any of that. Make a food token. The cats will hold back the Stoneforge Mystics, so that leaves me to open to double block the Batterskull. Yep. Brainstorm's fine. I do like this attack. It's just like not gonna, just in a spot where it's not gonna work out well for my opponent. But like this match just really showcases the difference between late 2018 Legacy and 2019-2020 Legacy. They're just not in the same realm. There are 16 other matches going on. What am I doing? Come on, opponent. What are you doing? You're just letting the clock run out. Or are you going to do something? Looks like they're just going to let their clock run out. Really anticlimactic ending here, but it is what it is. Opponents allowed to do whatever with their time they want. I've had 2 opponents time out tonight. I don't know if that's just like the nature of the format right now, where it's just a total grind fest. But that's kind of where the format's at right now. I feel like it's only that opponent did play a pretty slow and like took a lot of time on multiple different decision points. But it is what it is. A W is a W. We are 6-3 going in the last round. Hopefully we can kind of squeak into that spot for breakers. We had pretty poor breakers going into this round, so here's hoping we can squeak. We still have to win the next one, of course. So thank you for sticking around for round 9. We'll be back for round 10 in just a bit. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch at Fencing Brick. Links are in the video description below. I will see you guys in just a bit for round 10 from Eternal Weekend.